When considering the most wanted people in history, it's important to think about various contexts, criminal, political, or otherwise. Here's a list of 5 individuals who have been notably pursued or sought after at different points in history. Number 1 is Osama Bin Laden, leader of Al-Qaeda and mastermind behind the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks in the United States. Background: birth and early life. Osama bin Laden was born on March 10, 1957, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Al-Qaeda formation: founding. Al-Qaeda, in the late 1980s, after the Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan, bin Laden founded Al-Qaeda, an extremist group aiming to establish an Islamic caliphate through violent means. 90s attacks. Bin Laden and Al-Qaeda were linked to several major terrorist attacks, including the 1998 bombings of the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, which killed over 200 people. September 11, 2001, Al-Qaeda orchestrated the September 11th attacks in the U.S. Nearly 3,000 people were killed, making it the deadliest terrorist attack in history. Bin Laden was located in a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. A team of U.S. Navy SEALs from SEAL Team 6 conducted a raid, killing bin Laden and taking his body into custody. He was one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives and was eventually located and killed by U.S. Navy SEALs in 2011. Number 2 is Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, infamous Mexican drug lord and leader of the Sinaloa cartel. Known for his elaborate prison escapes and violent criminal empire, he was a top target for law enforcement. Birth and background: Joaquin Archivaldo Guzman Loera was born on April 4, 1954, in La Tuna, Badiraguato, Sinaloa, Mexico. Raised in a poor family, he became involved in drug trafficking at a young age. Early criminal activities: Guzman began his criminal career working with criminal operations drug trafficking. Guzman was responsible for smuggling vast quantities of cocaine, marijuana, methamphetamine, and heroin into the United States. Violence and corruption: first escape. In 1993, Guzman was captured and sentenced to 20 years in prison. However, in 2001, he escaped from a maximum security prison by hiding in a laundry cart. His trial began in November 2018 in Brooklyn, New York, and concluded in July 2019 with his conviction on all charges. Guzman was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years in July 2019. He is serving his sentence at the United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum Facility, ADX, in Florence, Colorado, which is known for housing the most dangerous criminals. Number 3 is Pablo Escobar, leader of the Medellin cartel in Colombia. Escobar was one of the most powerful drug lords in history. Pablo Escobar, often referred to as the King of Cocaine, was one of the most infamous drug lords in history. His rise to power, criminal activities, and the impact of his reign have left a lasting mark on Colombia and the global drug trade. Birth and background: Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was born on December 1, 1949, in Rio Negro, Antioquia, Colombia. Escobar's organization was known for its sophisticated operations, including the use of aircraft to transport cocaine. Escobar gained popularity in Medellin through philanthropic efforts, funding housing projects, soccer fields, and other community projects. Escobar's efforts to avoid extradition to the United States led to violent confrontations with the Colombian government. His cartel was involved in a brutal conflict with rival drug gangs and the Colombian state. On December 2, 1993, Escobar was killed in a shootout with Colombian National Police in Medellin. His death marked the end of one of the most infamous criminal careers in history. Number 4 is assassin of President Abraham Lincoln. After killing Lincoln in 1865, Booth was on the run for 12 days before being tracked down. John Wilkes Booth was born on May 10, 1838, in Bel Air, Maryland. Over time, Booth's political frustrations and personal grievances led him to radical actions. He became involved in various plots aimed at aiding the Confederate cause. On April 14, 1865, Booth carried out his plan. During the performance of the play Our American Cousin at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Booth sneaked into the presidential box and shot President Lincoln in the back of the head. Lincoln was mortally wounded and died the following day, April 15, 1865. The barn was set on fire to force him out. Booth was shot in the neck by Sergeant Boston Corbett and was captured. He died a few hours later from his wounds. Number 5 is D.B. Cooper. The alias of an unidentified hijacker who, in 1971, extorted $200,000 from a plane he hijacked and then parachuted away, never to be seen again. On November 24, 1971, a man using the alias Dan Cooper, later mistakenly referred to as D.B. Cooper by the media, boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 and once on board, Cooper revealed a briefcase he claimed contained a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and who was arrested for a similar hijacking in 1972 and had similarities to Cooper's case. The mystery of D.B. Cooper has captured the public's imagination, inspiring numerous books, documentaries, and films. I hope this video will increase your knowledge, therefore please subscribe the channel, Innovative Discover, and press the bell icon.